everybody, and welcome to the Knit and Paws podcast. My name is Rayleigh. Ooh, excuse me, aka Kamana Knits on Ravelry. You can find show notes for this episode, as always, at No, that's the wrong one. knitandpawspodcast.com. knitandpawspodcast.com. We are on iTunes. We are on YouTube. We have a Ravelry group, all of which you can find links for in the show notes. Or you can just go to iTunes and search Knit and Paws Podcast. I've done it myself. It shows up. Ta-da! So today, maybe a shorter show. I don't have a whole lot of knitting. I should have cleaned my glasses before I started, so I'm going to do that while I talk. This is episode 32. It is yet unnamed. It is currently February 22nd, 23rd, 20-something. It's Monday. I am recording a little bit late, and this might become common. My schedule might go all over the place, kind of. Depends on when I can get time when nobody is at home. And it is about 10:46 a.m. Central Standard Time. For those of you who are interested. So, let's get to the knitting. There's not a whole lot of knitting. Like I said, I reactivated my WoW sub, and there's some stuff that's gone down, and I need a distraction, and sitting and knitting and watching TV isn't enough of a distraction most of the time. So, yeah, WoW's kind of become it. Found a new raid group, been raiding, but I'll talk about that later. So, first thing we have is I have a finished object. These are my On the Rocky Sockies. This is the Into the World Club colorway from September or October called On the Rocks. I had to cancel my Into the World subscription. January was really pretty though, so I can't complain too much. These are done with Fish Lips Kiss Heel. What I did this time to try to make it fit, the base, like I do a 64 stitch sock for myself. And I may have to go up a little bit, maybe to 68. We'll see. And the heel for the 60, like if I do it across half the stitches, the heel works nicely, but it's too tight across the top of the foot. So the increasing in the first row and decreasing in the last row 6 stitches just made the heel too big and didn't give me any extra room, I felt, across here. So this time I moved 4 stitches, 2 from either side, to the front of the sock, and then increased 4 stitches and decreased 4 stitches so that the heel stayed the same size, but I had more stitches across here. It's a little bit better, I think, but maybe not still great. So that is on US size 2.0 millimeter needles, as are all my sockies. And I haven't worn them yet. I haven't washed them. I haven't blocked them. I just put them on the sock blockers, and they've been hanging out. Finished them last weekend when my parents were out. Whips. I have some whips. The first one is a new one. Well, kind of new. I showed this to you last week. It's my Twisted Limon Tangy Sock and Juiced, but I ripped back the Jaywalkers. I just wasn't enjoying doing pattern. So I'm now just doing a plain vanilla sock. I knit these yesterday in between pulls. And I'm liking this a whole lot better. So I will be working on that. Once again, US size 2.0 millimeter. Twisted Limon Tangy Sock Base in Juiced is what I'm using. Bought it and cast it on right away. Oh, I actually have another kind of finished object. So, you may remember these socks. I knit them for my mom for Christmas. They are the Daphne socks by Cookie A. Out of Mad Tosh 80-10-10 fingering. I sent them to my mom, and she said they were a little bit too long. Well, I'd never done a Fish Lips Kiss Heel for her, so I didn't know how long to do the foot, and she has a 9-inch foot is what she says the measurement is. So I basically did them to fit me. Now my foot is wider than hers, but like she only wears like a size 5 or 6 shoe. I wear like a size 10.5 women's. So it felt weird that it was as long as mine. So I get them, and she puts them, or they come out here, she puts them on. It's the entire length of the toe too long, like 1.5 inches too long. Just a little bit too long. Just a little bit. So this is the second sock. I ripped back the toe of the first sock. I had to rip back the entire toe and then another 1.5 inches, and then I just re-knit the toe, and that fit fine. So then I ripped back the second one, and I gave the first one back to her because I finished it while I was sitting in their hotel room with them. This one I just finished the other day. The day they left, I was working on it that evening. So I just re-knit the toe, and then I'll mail this back to her. And then they will fit perfectly. So that was kind of a learning experience. See, for me, I find that I need to make the foot longer when using the Fish Lips Kiss heel because of the heel. It's kind of like a short row heel. But whatever. So I guess that's another kind of, it's a edited finished object. I don't know. The only other thing that I've been working on, I just need to reach down here, sorry, and bang things around and such, is my Pomme de Pin cardigan. I've actually worked on this quite a bit. I finished the body. It kind of looks like a giant mess of poo. I finished the body, I finished the left front, and I finished the back. This is the back. This is the left front. And I have not started knitting on the right front yet, so that got quite a bit of love. I'm kind of at the point where I want it done, but at the same time, like I said, I haven't been sitting and knitting much, so I've used so far, of the 50 gram skeins, I've used 8, and I have 14. Have I used 8? No, I think I've used 7. I finished the 7th skein on the back, and now I've knitted a little bit of the 8th, I think. But I have 6 full skeins left. That should be plenty to finish the right front, the sleeves, and then the button band, because the button band isn't super wide. So that'll be nice, and then I have another sweater done. Kind of excited about that. But it's getting so unwieldy to flop around. You know those bottom-ups. It's just such a pain sometimes. That's all the knitting. Told you there wasn't much. I mean, I knit quite a bit. That sweater, that's quite a bit of knitting to finish the couple inches on the back, and then the left front and the right front and the back. So it was good. And then socks, of course. I'm finishing socks like crazy. I don't even really need any more socks. But whatever, it just means I can go longer without doing laundry. There we go. So, next up, purchases. I placed a Madelinetosh order, which I believe I talked about a little bit last time. I bought some Twist Light, which is their merino nylon, 75 merino, 25 nylon. It is a 3-ply, I believe. So I bought some of that on a whim. I bought 1 skein. This is just a regular Twist Light. It is 420 yards. They don't, of course, do weight measurements on their yarn. This is Cosmic Silver. So it's gray with the splatter, which I love. This is going to be socks for me. I guess I could do my sister-in-law, but I might love it too much to give it away. Madelinetosh yarn always smells like vinegar. I guess they use it to set the dye. Anyway, so that's Cosmic Silver in Twist Light. I love that they've come out with an 80 or a 75-25, a fingering weight that's blended with nylon. I really, really like that. And then this, I'm only showing you 1 skein, but I did buy 5 of them. This is Wings in limited edition Twist Light, which is the same base, but they're 415 yard skeins instead of 420. So it's a gray base, and then it's got yellow and pink. I knit a little Lush cardigan by Tin Can Knits out of this in DK, and I fell in love with it. So I bought this. I'm going to be doing a boxy. Wanted to do a boxy for a while, but I didn't have like over 2,000 yards of fingering weight. Most of my fingering weight sweater skeins are 4 skeins, which is about 1,680, which isn't quite enough for my size. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. Might cast that on next. but it's a little bit more yellow than I was expecting. I was expecting it, like the DK weight that I have of it is very gray, and then with splotches kind of yellow and pink. This kind of looks like the yellow kind of overwashed all of the gray, but that might just be how it looks in the skein. I'm going to alternate skeins for sure on this. I might do like a pearl side seam and switch skeins in there to make it look nicer. So yeah, I have 5 skeins of that. No more yarn shopping. I'm trying to sell yarn. I am. I have 2 sweaters quantities of Madeline Tosh in my stash for sale. If anyone is interested, willing to negotiate. I just, I guess I could talk about why that is. My boyfriend, who I've been living with for almost 4 years now, broke up with me 2 weeks ago. And the plan right now, I guess, is to, because he knows I can't afford to move out with school and everything. Can't afford it. So we are living together but separate until our lease is up in May. That's how long he's kind of given me. He might be staying here, I'm not sure. To save up the money and find a different place. And so that's why I got rid of my Into the World Yarn Club, because I need to save. And I bought this before I knew, so whatever. And so yeah, I mean, I've figured it out, and I should have plenty, and I should be able to find a place. I can't get to work without a vehicle. I don't have a vehicle. I can't afford to make car payments on a vehicle. So my parents might be helping out with that, but that's why my schedule might be a little bit wonky. I don't feel like recording when he's at home. I don't really feel like doing anything when he's home, which is really awkward, because apparently he's been over it for a while and doesn't want to talk about it. So that's okay. Sorry, my lips are really dry. Should have done this before. I was unprepared. So yeah, that was, and then my parents came out and they ended up staying at a hotel because they didn't want to stay here, because then where would he sleep? He's using the spare bed. So I spent a lot of money when they were out. I bought some clothes. I went to Sephora and I bought the Urban Decay Naked palette, which I've been wanting forever. It's really nice. It's a bunch of neutrals and smoky stuff like grays and browns and beiges and pinkies, and it's very pretty. So yeah, it was a fun weekend with my parents. I hadn't seen them since Canadian Thanksgiving, which is in October. So it was really nice to see them. And foster tales. So because of all this, I don't want to foster until I'm moved out. I'm hoping to find a place that still allows dogs. So I probably won't be fostering again until summer, unfortunately, but I'm still going to talk about New Hope because there is always a lot of stuff going on, and I'm still involved. Like I'm a foster home support person. I also still go to events and handle dogs and stuff, like I did at the Valentine's Day event 2 weeks ago. So Valentine's Day event, there ended up being a snowstorm on Valentine's Day here in Saskatoon. So the turnout wasn't maybe quite what they were expecting. They were also doing a bake sale in addition to the Meet Your Match event where they walked the dogs down the aisle and stuff. I got to meet one of my foster home coordinators, or my foster home people, and their dog, who's an adorable 3-month-old, 40-pound Mastiff Rottie Pit Bull puppy, who's like black and then has brindling on her face. She's adorable. And they still raised $422 despite the snowstorm, so that was really great. Their next event is not an adoption event. It is Music for Mutts 5. This is the 5th year. It's hosted by the Saskatoon Academy of Music, and it is on March 14th from 6:30 to 9:30. Last year they sold out. So if any of you are in Saskatoon and would like to go and support them, I would buy tickets ahead of time. Last year they didn't even have any left at the door for that event. But if they do have tickets, they do sell them at the door. So that is that. There's been quite a few dogs coming in. I wish we could take one, but I don't feel like doing all the work right now. And that's basically what fostering was. It was me doing all the work. So that is it for knitting and foster dogs and buying and that kind of stuff. So yeah, sorry. I'm only 15 minutes. That's really short. Well, the next thing is gaming, so if you don't want to hear about that, I will talk to you in a couple weeks. Hopefully I will have a little bit more to show. Have a great 2 weeks. Hopefully I'll be able to record again soon. But have a good time. Enjoy what you're knitting, etc. For gaming, like I said, I'm playing World of Warcraft again. I am still on Area 52. I'm not moving off of Area 52. I really like the high pop server, and it's mostly Horde. It's like 99% Horde. Sorry, that was my phone. And like 1% Alliance. So I am raiding again. I'm making new friends. Just a little bit scary. And then, yeah, so that's about it. Haven't really been doing much. Hit 100, been trying to get gear, and that's about all. So, yeah, I will talk to you guys all later. Have a great couple weeks. Enjoy what you're knitting. Stay warm. Enjoy the snow, because it doesn't stay that long. And I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.